After heavy rainfall, a community health nurse notices an increase in cases of leptospirosis in an urban slum area. To control the spread of the disease, the nurse should focus on controlling the primary reservoir of infection. Which of the following should be given priority? In your question number 91, the disease condition is known as the leptospirosis. Yan. So which of the following should be given priority daw as your primary reservoir of the infection? A. Dogs, B. Cattle, C. Rats, or D. Mosquitoes? Ano sagot natin? Siyempre, ang tamang kasagutan ay rats. Okay, rats po. Especially your brown rats. So pag sinabi po natin leptospirosis, ang dami pong pangalan niyan, no? May mud fever, canicula fever, yan. We have your leptospirosis. So leptospirosis is it is an acute bacterial zoonotic yan infection or disease. Bakit po siya tinawag na zoonotic? Yan, zoonotic kasi it is transmitted from infected animal to humans po. Okay? From rats to humans. From infected rats to humans, kaya siya tinawag na zoonotic disease. Okay? So, paano po ba nagkakaroon ng leptospirosis? The agent of leptospirosis is bacteria. And the name of your bacteria is your Leptospira interrogans bacteria. Again, Leptospira, yan, Leptospira interrogans. Okay, interrogans bacteria. So that is your Leptospira interrogans bacteria. This is a spiral-shaped bacteria or spiro-shaped bacteria. So pag spiral-shaped po ang bacteria natin, spiral po yung shape niya. So kahit na wala ka pong open wounds, kapag ikaw po na-expose sa mga sources ng ating bacteria, they can penetrate your mucosa. Kunwari, pwede po niyang i-penetrate yung ilong mo, yung bibig mo, yan. Or any parts of your body na may mucous membrane. So, kahit na wala kang open wounds kapag nagkaroon ka ng exposure, so at risk ka pa rin. So, what are the reservoir of your infection po? Ang reservoir po, ito po yung natural habitat of the microorganism for its survival and multiplication. Diyan po siya nagmo-multiply, diyan po siya nagso-survive. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng reservoir. And the primary reservoir of your leptospirosis is your rats. The brown rats as the major reservoir. Yan. The major reservoir is rat. Okay, so wag niyo kakalimutan. So pwede po ba natin tawagin na vector din po niya ito? Yes. Pero ano pa yung pwede magkaroon po ng leptospirosis? Pwede rin po bang magkaroon ng leptospirosis ang mga aso? Yes, pwede rin po yun. Ano pa? Yung mga cattles. Yes. Ano pa? Mga pigs, mga horses, and other wild animals. Okay? So, yun yung ating other sources ng leptospirosis. Okay? So, saan po manggagaling yung bacteria? Bacteria can be shed through the urine of your infected animals. The bacteria can be shed through infected urine. Okay? Of animals. Yan. Through urine of infected animals. Yan. Through urine of infected animals. Tatan yun. So kapag itong mga aso na to, mga cattle, pigs, horses, ay infected po sila ng ating leptospirosis, so pwede po silang maging reservoir also. Okay, so what are the mode of transmission of your leptospirosis? Okay? Ang mode of transmission po ng leptospirosis natin is primarily via your contact. Contact po yung ating primary mode of transmission ng ating leptospirosis. Contact. So ano po yung mga contact natin? Number one, we have your contact of broken skin with contaminated water po. Contaminated water. So pwedeng baha or mga ilog, yan. Next, contaminated flood water na lang para mas magandang basahin. So contact of broken skin or mucous membranes with your contaminated flood water. Ano pa? Number two, exposure. Yan. Exposure of eyes, nose, and your mouth or your mucous membrane to contaminated water po. So, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng leptospirosis kapag ikaw po ay swimmer. Okay, so ikaw po ay nalangoy sa mga ilog, sa mga lawa, sa mga body of waters natin na pwede maging contaminated din ng ating mga animal urines. Yan. Ano pa? We have also your number 3, we have also your drinking or eating contaminated food or water. So, pwede rin po siyang ingestion. Pwede ka rin magkaroon ng leptospirosis by means of ingestion of contaminated food or water. And number 4, occupational exposure po. So kapag ikaw po yung nurse na nag-i-screen ng mga pasyenteng suspected with a case of leptospirosis, do not forget to ask their occupation or their nature of work. Okay, kasi ang leptospirosis ay meron din siyang occupational exposure risk. Okay? At sino po yung mga at risk sa ating leptospirosis? Number 1, we have our farmers. Kasi may mga daga sa palayan. Ano pa? We have also your sewers or mga nagano sa mga sewage natin. Sewers or sewer workers. Yan. Ano pa? We have also your veterinarians, mga nag-aalaga ng mga hayop. Veterinarians. Ano pa? Butchers natin. Mga nagkakatay ng mga karne ng mga animals, ng mga baboy, ng mga baka. Okay? Ano pa? Military personnels. Kasi pag nagte-training po sila, di ba, gumagapang sila sa mga putik. Yan. Military personnels. And we have also your construction workers, syempre. So, pwede rin po ba yung mga street sweepers natin? Yes. So, sila po ay at risk sa mga exposure sa mga contaminated waters po. Okay? So, ano yung mga risk factors ng pagtaas ng kaso ng leptospirosis? Bakit tumataas po yung kaso ng leptospirosis? Ang risk factor po ng pagtaas ng kaso ng leptospirosis, number 1 is flooding. Number 1 po is flooding. That is the number 1 risk factor kung bakit nagkakaroon po ng leptospirosis. Number 2, we have also your poor sanitation of the environment. Poor environmental sanitation. Kasi kapag maraming basura, kinakalkal po yan ng mga daga. Yan. Ano pa? Number 3, presence of rodents. Like your rats. Yung mga daga. Yan. And number 4, improper garbage disposal. Yan. And we have also your climate change. Number 5, climate change also. So, yan po yung mga possible na risk factors kung bakit nagkakaroon po ng mga leptospirosis cases. Yan. Again, leptospirosis is an acute bacterial zoonotic disease. Zoonotic disease because it is a disease from animals that is transmitted to humans, like from rats to humans po. Ang agent po natin ay bacteria, Leptospira interrogans bacteria. Yan. So reservoir are rats. Major reservoir niya po yun. Other reservoirs includes your dogs, cattle, pigs, and horses. So the bacteria can be shed through the urine of infected animals, and people can be infected via contact transmission po. Contact with the broken skin, with contaminated flood waters, exposure to the mucous membrane like your eyes, nose, mouth to contaminated water, or ingestion of contaminated food or water po. And other transmission is by occupational exposure. Example, farmers, sewers, veterinarians, butchers, military personnel, construction workers, swimmers, and fishermen also, syempre. Yung mga swimmers din natin, yung mga naglalangoy po sa mga ilog, mga ganyan, so at risk din po sila. So risk factor for the outbreak of leptospirosis were flooding, poor sanitation of the environment, presence of rodents like your rats, improper garbage disposal, and climate change po. So aside from that, we have also your incubation period of your leptospirosis. Yan. The incubation period is around, tumatagal po ito ng mga 2 to 30 days. But with an average of 7 to 12 days. So meron po tayong 7 to 12 days average sa appearance ng signs and symptoms ng leptospirosis. Okay? So, magkaiba po yung leptospirosis natin tsaka leprosy kasi maraming nalilito po doon. So, pag sinabing leptospirosis, meron po tayo dito mga signs and symptoms. Yan. Signs and symptoms po. So, yung signs and symptoms niya, nakadepende po yan kung nasang phase na po siya. Kung nasa early phase po ba siya or nasa late phase na po siya. So, meron tayo dito number 1, the early phase or the anicteric phase. Yan. Early phase is known as the anicteric phase of leptospirosis. Yan. Anicteric leptospirosis. Anong ibig sabihin ng anicteric? An means absence. Icteric means jaundice. Wala pang jaundice dito. So what is the earliest sign of your leptospirosis? Ang earliest sign po niya ay flu-like symptoms. Ano po yung mga flu-like symptoms natin? We have your sudden high fever po. Mataas na lagnat. Tapos, headache. Pwedeng severe yung headache niya dito. Ano pa? We have also your chills. Nag-chill po yung ating pasyente. Ano pa? We have also your muscle pain or myalgia. Myalgia or the muscle pain, especially saan? Sa calf region and lower back. Weakness. Okay? Next, meron din po tayo ditong red eyes. Ano pa? Meron tayo ditong nausea and vomiting. Okay, so yan yung mga possible na early signs po ng ating leptospirosis. Parang trinatrangkaso lamang yung pasyente. Kapag nasa severe phase na po siya, okay, ang second phase natin ay yung severe phase of leptospirosis. At yan yung tatawag natin na icteric phase. Icteric phase or the Wales disease na po siya. Ang tawag natin kapag malala na po yung leptospirosis ng pasyente ay Wales disease. Ano makikita mo dito? Okay, so since icteric phase na po siya, ang pasyente mo dito ay meron ng jaundice appearance. Jaundice, discoloration of the skin and the sclera part of the eye. Yeah. We have also your kidney failure. So, kapag ikaw ay merong leptospirosis, it can lead to your intrarenal kidney injury kasi. So, may liver dysfunction na rin po siya, kaya siya jaundice, yan. May liver dysfunction na rin po siya. May mga signs of bleeding or hemorrhage. Dinodugo na po yung ating pasyente dito. Okay, ano pa? DOB or difficulty of breathing or dyspnea. Nahirapan ng huminga kasi affected na rin po yung lungs niya. Then, affected na rin po yung brain niya kasi meron na siyang meningitis. So, yun yung ating signs and symptoms ng leptospirosis sa ating early phase at saka sa severe phase po nito. Kung mapapansin natin kapag severe phase po is multi-organ na po yung involvement. Yan. Multi-organ na po yung ating involved dito. Okay? So, punta tayo sa diagnostic test ng leptospirosis. So, ano po yung mga diagnostic test na ginagamit natin for the diagnosis of leptospirosis? Ang diagnostic test natin dyan, number 1 na ginagawa natin dyan is urinalysis. Urinalysis po. Urinalysis or urine examination. Yan yung pwede mong gamitin sa first phase ng sakit. Yung urine po niya. Yan. Mga 7 to 10 days po after ng infection, urine po tayo. Pag wala pang 7 to 10 days, pwede po bang blood test muna tayo? Yes. CBC or blood test. CBC and blood test. Next, ano pa? LFT. What is LFT? Liver function test. Liver function test. Okay, so pag tinanong tayo sa board exam, what is the confirmatory test of your leptospirosis? Ang tamang sagot ay MAT. Okay, pag walang MAT, you can also answer PCR and ELISA. Pero pinaka-the best po natin dyan is your microscopic agglutination test. So, punta tayo sa treatment naman ng leptospirosis. Ano ang treatment ng leptospirosis? Kapag mild case po ang ating leptospirosis, ang gamutan po nito ay number 1, doxycycline. Mild to moderate cases po, doxycycline po ang ating antibiotic drug of choice. Yan. Number 2, we have also your amoxicillin. And number 3, we have your azithromycin. So, yan yung mga gamot natin sa mild cases ng leptospirosis. Paano naman kapag severe yung case ng leptospirosis? Severe cases requires hospitalization po. Needs hospitalization. Kailangan ma-hospital po yung ating patient para sa ating gamutan ng number 1, we have your IV, penicillin G. Pen-G po yung ating antibiotic kapag severe leptospirosis. Pag walang Pen-G, ceftriaxone. Yan. Pag walang ceftriaxone, number 3, we have your cefotaxime. Yan. Cefotaxime po ang ating next na ibibigay yan. Cefotaxime yan. And number 4, we have also your IV fluids para hindi po siya mag-hypovolemic shock or magka-septic shock. Kasi pag septic shock kasi, tandaan nyo IV fluids to prevent shock. Dalawa yung klase ng shock na pwedeng mangyari sa kanya. Hypovolemic because of your bleeding, yan. Hypovolemic and septic shock. Ano ang pagkakaiba ng dalawang ito? Paano malalaman na ito ay hypovolemic, ito ay septic shock? So, parehas po sila na hypotension. Yan. Hypotension, tachycardia, and tachypnea. Diba? Pero, ito sa hypovolemic shock, cool skin. Cool ang skin niya. Sa septic shock naman, ganun din. Hypotension, tachycardia, tachypnea, pero warm ang skin. Doon mo masasabi na ito po ay septic shock. Yun yung isang palatandaan na ang shock na nangyari sa patient mo ay septic shock. Yan. Okay? So, that is your diagnostic test, treatment, and your IV fluids po. Then, number 5, dialysis if it is needed. Dialysis if it is needed. Kasi 'di ba nakakasira po ito ng kidneys. Yan, nakakasira po ito ng kidneys. Last is your preventive measures po. Meron po bang vaccine against leptospirosis? Wala po ha, huwag niyo kakalimutan. No vaccine. Okay, no vaccine to prevent leptospirosis in human. Sa mga hayop meron. So ano ang pinaka-the best po natin na ginagawa para maiwasan ang leptospirosis? The best preventive measure here is avoid wading or swimming. Yan. Avoid wading, avoid swimming in flood waters. That is the number 1. Most effective po ito. Mas effective po ito compared sa pag-take po ng doxycycline drugs. Yan. Number 2, wear your boots. Wear your rubber boots and protective clothing po. Wear your rubber boots. Okay, and protective clothings kapag may mga anticipated exposure tayo. Next, number 3, we have also your cover your wounds. Kapag may sugat, dapat ay dinedress po natin yan. Number 4, practice hand hygiene. Yan. Ano pa? Number 5, we have also your maintain environmental sanitation po. Maintain environmental yan. Sanitation. Example po natin dito is we need to control the rat population. So gumamit po tayo ng mga vector control against your rats or rodents. So kung pwede mong lagyan ng racumine, maganyan, sige. Okay, para mabawasan po yung rat population. Okay? So kapag ikaw po ay high risk, yan. Ibig sabihin ng high risk po, high risk individual should take what? Should take doxycycline po. Doxycycline. 2 tablets. Kasi ang tablet po ng doxycycline is 100 mg per tablet. Kailangan mo ng 200 mg. So ilang tablets po? ng doxycycline ang ininom mo dapat? Dapat dalawa. Yan. Take doxycyclines 200 milligram. Yan. Once weekly. Weekly. During ongoing exposure po. So, dapat alam mo yung tamang paggamit ng doxycycline. Yan. So, again, 200 milligram once weekly during ongoing exposure po. So, tsaka mo lamang i-stop na yung pag-take ng doxycycline 200 milligram kapag wala ka ng exposure risk or kapag humupa na yung baha sa lugar ninyo. Eh sir, paano kapag may sugat ako tapos na-expose ako sa tubig baha? Ang advice po dyan is 200 milligram once a day for 3 days to 5 days po. Moderate exposure risk po yun. Moderate exposure risk pag ganun. Okay? So yun lang. So that's your leptospirosis. Any question po? Wala? Okay, so that's all about your leptospirosis. Number 92 tayo. Yan. So during the monsoon season, yan, several patients from a flood-affected area are admitted with a high fever, severe muscle pain, and headache. The doctor suspects leptospirosis. The community health nurse explains that the disease is caused by which type of organism? A virus, B bacteria, C parasite, or D fungi? Ano sagot natin? It's your bacteria, Leptospira interrogans. Yan.